those big games, the wins over Memphis and UT San Antonio, man, he was like, hey, that's big steps, and we got to, like, keep it going. Little setback against SMU, and they're trying to bounce back here this afternoon.
That was a 31-point setback.
Yep.
You can't have that today, 29-4 run in the second half.
Well, the first 5 minutes of his first half, and he wants to finish strong in the first half as well. When other night when SMU went on that big run.
Yeah, it's about defense, and also you got to be able to score points, especially when the team puts a full court press on you. That's what they did. SMU put that full court press on Rice, and they just could not find the basket.
There's Youngblood, his first touch, no good. Loose ball, rebounded by the Rice Owls. Andrew Akuche, that's number 13. He's getting the start here today. Keanu Dawes will come off the bench for Rice. Rice 3-7 in the American after that loss to SMU. 9-1 start in the American for the Bulls.
Yeah, they're trying to stop a 7-game home conference losing streak back to the last 2 games of last season.
Yeah, shot clock expired as Jusinovic let that one loose, and that's going to be key, I think, for Jusinovic, a guy who's played really good basketball over the last 2 to 3 weeks for the Rice Owls.
Yeah, he's averaged about 13 points per game the last 8 games. So, yes, he's going to need to shoot well today. You can't have any air balls. You can knock some shots down.
Travis Evee and Makai Mason, their leading scorers for Rice. We'll see how they produce here this afternoon. Off the miss, here comes Mason.
South Florida giving Rice a little bit of an edge, starting kind of slowly. They've shot a couple of threes that didn't hit the net. So now the Rice Owls need to take advantage of that.
That one goes down for the Rice Owls. Good way to get it started for Mason.
Oh, yeah. You want to see him get started early. That's always a good sign when you see Makai Mason knock down his first shot, which was a 3. That's huge.
Be the first foul. That's going to go against Oliver Jusinovic. 3-0 lead early on, just underway here at Tudor Fieldhouse in Houston. Well, that one went right through the fingertips of Chris Youngblood. Evee right there on him, out of bounds, and it goes back to the Owls.
And that's 3 possessions, no points for South Florida. Take the hint, Rice, and try to get something going here. Now, they're really going to have to press, because the one thing we know about South Florida is once they get going, especially when they're running up and down the floor, they can go on these long runs, 10-2, 12-2, 14-2.
That one's a little forced by Mason. Good defense by Youngblood. Here come the Bulls. Fiedler and Pryor. And the Owls get that loose ball.
That defense is a little bit better. You saw that block by Fiedler there. And a little distraction. Got to get your hands up against this potent South Florida team.
What matchup I like right now, Nate, is this battle between Pryor and Max Fiedler right now. This is going to be fun to watch. Both very aggressive on the defensive end.
No question. And Pryor's a big guy. He's long and lean and very athletic, likes to run up and down the floor. And certainly a guy who can give Fiedler some problems. But Fiedler, very good defensively.
There's a starting lineup for South Florida. Reed, Youngblood, Knox, Stroud, and Pryor. Amir Abdul-Rahim, usually 8 or 9 deep off his bench there from total after the starters come out. Off the miss, rebound South Florida. Up ahead to Pryor, he'll finish, lays it up and in.
That's what I was talking about, Randy. They love to get up and down the floor, and fast break opportunities are what they like as well. Rice Owls have to take advantage.
There's Max Fiedler with the feed from Akuche, and Fiedler slams it down.
I love the fact that Akuche saw him. That's good eyesight, good vision by Akuche to see Fiedler coming across the post area.
Owls get the turnover. Jusinovic from downtown. A little short there. Rebound, South Florida.
0 for 2 from the three-point line. He's trying to find his rhythm.
He's a shooter, though. He's going to keep looking for that. Almost a carry there by Reed.
Love the defense the Rice Owls are deploying here. They're running one or two guys.
Prior three-pointer, no good. Mason snatches the rebound for Rice.
Top of the key, and so they got to keep that up.
Now the tempo. Not wasting any time either side here this afternoon.
Yeah, this is their tempo. They love to race up and down the floor.
Love the way Rice is playing defense in these first 4 minutes. Feeler did a nice job of sealing off Youngblood right there.
Well, Rice has stayed in games, very close in games, by playing this type defense. And they're going to need it today, but they just have to have it for the full 40 minutes. That's what happened to them against SMU. They just couldn't produce in the second half. They played well in the first half. Second half, you give up a big run, and you're not playing great defense, nor are you scoring. That does not bode well for you.
Keanu Dawes just checked in for Rice, the true freshman out of Stratford High School here in Houston. Kuche checks out for the Owls. Feeler inside, off the glass, up and in, and he's fouled. Good feed inside the Feeler. Makes it a 5-2 lead for Rice, and we will take a timeout, the first timeout here. First half, Tudor Fieldhouse, now 7-5 lead for the Owls as we get underway here in Houston. 7-2, sorry.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise?
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips!
Brisket burgers.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that?
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word.
Soda!
Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
Your tap water is delicious.
I know, right? It's this Culligan Smart drinking water system.
What do you think is going on in there?
I'm smelling a touch of chlorine.
Yeah, I'm detecting some PFAS.
I'm also getting notes of lead.
Perfection.
Sending it up.
Here we go.
Certified to reduce more than 70 contaminants. It's like having your own team of water experts. See the smart difference at Culligan.com.
Never dies. Rice Owls, let's fly.
Back live at Tudor Fieldhouse here in Houston. 7-2 lead. Quick start for the Rice Owls. 15:47 mark to go. We are early. A lot of basketball ahead. Let's toss it over now to the third member of our broadcast team today, Lauren Leal with more. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Randy, that's right. The Owls are looking to close out this homestand, getting back into the win column after taking a loss to SMU on Wednesday. A big night for Alim Husanovic, who had 20 points on the night as well, but they're looking to get back into the win column as stated. Now, as for the rest of the team, they are looking to bounce back because it's not been the story on the road, as the Owls have taken victories over UTSA, over Temple, and as well as Memphis and these other guys. So they're looking to get back into the win column there. I spoke to Coach Para about bringing their Winnowings home to Tudor Fieldhouse, and they said it is all about paying attention to detail as they prepare on the road. Now the Rice Owls are connecting on 44% from the field, 33.6 from the three, and the Bulls head into the game with 8 consecutive victories in the American, while the Owls are looking to break their win streak. Randy?
All right, Lauren, appreciate it. Good setup there for this one today. And, hey, this is a really, I'll call it critical. I mean, Rice wants to get back in this race, Nate, and they got to get this win today.
Well, they need to feel better about themselves after that SMU loss. And the other thing is that this is the second time this season that they played South Florida. First time there, now here, and this is the first meeting here. You need to definitely try to get a big victory today.
Seven 5 now after that three-pointer from Kobe Knox. And Fiedler right there with the rebound once again. Evee inside the floater. Little too strong. Loose ball. Dawes right there for the rebound and putback.
Yeah, that's a good one. Have so much high hope for that young man, Keanu Dawes. He is really, really good. Got a lot of skill, a lot of talent. We just haven't seen, I don't think, the best of Dawes yet.
Well, he's a freshman. That was a big recruit for Scott Para. I got a chance to cover Dawes a little bit in high school, and, man, he was a dominating player here in the Houston area.
So far, South Florida 1 for 5 from the three-point line.
Fiedler. They're working Fiedler inside, and he's getting some good looks there.
Well, they're working inside, period, and you got to like that game plan. Work down low with the big guy, Max Fiedler, almost a 7-footer, and that's what you want to do. They're not defending in the post as well. That's the difference between South Florida and a team like SMU. They're not defending in the post.
That's 6 already for Fiedler. Fiedler battling for that rebound with Corey Walker Jr.
So right now he's dominating. He's dominating down low, and that's if that's what the Rice Owls have to continue to do. Dominate down low. They'll be able to make some things happen, especially with the pick and the roll.
That little bump right there from Kobe Knox, and that'll be number 1 on Knox. Yeah, talking with Coach Para last several weeks, you know, Fiedler, obviously Fiedler, he's going to go down as one of the greatest here in Rice. Mm-hmm. What he's been able to contribute offensively and defensively. He says sometimes he has to remind Max, hey, don't be afraid on the offensive end. Don't be shy. Don't feel like you got to give it up all the time. You can score. You've proven it.
Yeah, he's best passer on his team. So what does he do? He loves to show his passing ability, but you're right. Don't be afraid to score, especially when you're down low on the post. You can take advantage of guys who aren't nearly as big as you are. Good pass.
Good look from Fiedler inside, just off the mark there from Selden. And here come the Bulls, 11-5 lead, the biggest lead of this contest so far by the Owls.
Well, Selden yesterday at practice working around the basket, trying to get that hand-eye coordination right and be able to lay those little layups off the glass.
Coach Para pleading his case right there with the official. He's listening, though. Yeah.
Coach Para, I love his tenacity. You have to. He fights for his players.
Yeah, he does. A little reach in there by Evee. Number 1 on Evee, by the way.
It's a good referee crew. We've worked with these guys before.
Pryor, corner pocket for 3, up and good. His first 3 of the contest. And the Bulls now within 3.
Yeah, you don't want Deshaun Pryor to start getting going. He averages about 7.1 rebounds a game, and he can certainly shoot.
He listed 6'10". He's got good range, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He's a transfer into the program from Boise State. Travis Evee. Clear lane, and he took it.
Well, the other thing about Travis Evee with him being left-handed, guys can't defend him, especially when he's coming from the left wing. It's very difficult.
Plus they're out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Owls. Timeout on the floor. 11:55 to go. Tudor Fieldhouse in Houston. Owls lead it by 5.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise?
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips!
Brisket burnt?
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that? Want big fitness energy without a big investment? Join Planet Fitness. Now through February 16th. Save big during the Big Fitness Energy Sale and get energized with a membership that fits your budget. In the judgment-free zone, you can work out when it works for you with most clubs open 24 hours. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training. Equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join today online, in club, or on the free PF app. Hurry, deal ends Friday, February 16th.
Yeah, you know you need protein to fuel results, but it's not easy when you're drinking the same bland, chalky shake every day. Stop punishing yourself and get to GNC for the best protein in the game. Look at this epic selection. All the hottest brands, enhanced formulas, and flavors that'll keep you coming back for more. Scoop after scoop after scoop. So bust out of your protein rut and actually look forward to those shakes with unbeatable protein at unbeatable prices. Fuel your fitness with protein at GNC. Yeah!
Rice on top. 11:55 to go here in the first half. We'll talk about Scott Pera, Nate, and the job he has done now. 7th season as head coach, but he was on the staff, what, 3+ years prior to that. He knows his program, and now he's got his stamp on it.
Yeah, 350 wins also.
Congratulations.
He's got 7th season at Rice. You know, guess what? He's going to have somebody working with him who is a legend here at Rice. How about Willis Wilson?
I saw that.
Coach Emeritus.
Absolutely. He's going to have a role just over all of the athletic department, just helping out. And
so you're talking about 2 big basketball brains. Oh, my God.
Rice just announced that,
yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
The place isn't big enough, Randy, for those 2 big brains. I'm telling you now.
No, but Scott Pera's done a very nice job getting the Owls into postseason play as well. And, recruiting well, he and his staff. Travis Evee. Get him going today, Nate.
Oh, my goodness.
Big three-pointer. He's got 5 now.
Yeah, all you got to do is get 2 guys. You get Makai Mason and Travis Evee going in. It could be a 20-plus point day for both those guys.
Long 3, in and out, no good from Jose Placer.
If South Florida's going to shoot the 3, Rice has to take advantage. Work the ball down low. Don't worry about taking the 3 ball so much.
Miguel covered by Evee. Miguel off the mark. Dawes with a rebound for Rice.
They have an opportunity here.
Lead. Again, their biggest
They have an opportunity here, Randy. I mean, there you go.
Up and in. Travis Evee has 7 now, and the Owls increase their lead to 10.
Attack, attack, attack. You want to try to make them pay for every 3 ball they miss. And so if they're going to continue shooting 3s, attack the basket. Try to get the foul while you're at it. Make it a 3-point play.
Pryor working inside. Left hand. That's partially blocked by Akuche. Still scrambling for the ball, and Akuche snaps it down for the Rice Owls.
Right now, the Rice Owls are winning around the basket. They're winning in a couple of areas, attacking the basket and around the basket. If they can continue doing that offensively and defensively,
offensive foul called inside. Let's see who it's on. I think it might be on Akuche. And I believe it is. That'll be number 1 on Akuche.
Probably Akuche trying to get position down low. And you can easily see it right here. Not an illegal block. That is, though. Can't do that. It's like a running screen, so that doesn't work. Eliminated the 3 that Travis Evee had hit.
Pryor inside. Makai Mason got a hand on that one. Little ball, but also got a little bit of that arm.
Yeah, you can't let him get that dunk, though, Randy. That's why you gotta make sure you even foul him, do something. But just good defense there. That's one that you don't want in the foul column, but you can't let him have that dunk.
Pryor averaging 12 points per game. Transfer in for Boise State. He's a junior for the Bulls. Pryor's an 81% free throw shooter. And he gets to the line more than any Bulls player all season long, approaching 100 free throws this year.
Has the team best 17 blocks. Second on the team with 25 steals. Very active big man.
That's 7 now for Pryor. Leading scorer for South Florida. So the key now, you look at it, Rice, they've got this nice lead. This is the start Coach Para wanted. He also wants to finish strong in a half, unlike they did against SMU. So these next few minutes are going to be key to keep these Bulls from making a run. And, hey, you'll take buckets like that. It'll go down there for Anthony Selden.
That's a 5 to 7 foot shot, a 7-foot shot right there. That's all you got to do. You knock those kinds of shots down, play close around the basket. When these guys are missing three-point opportunities, and you got yourself something there, Randy. Build up a nice lead.
Well, it's there. Nothing there on the baseline. Miguel nearly took an extra step. That's off his left leg. Recovered there. Dawes got a hand on it just as that shot clock was going to expire.
Boy, they're playing relentlessly on defense today. They're not letting you have anything easy down low. And the Rice Owls doing their best to get as far in the paint to the basket as they can.
Contact there. It's going to go against, I believe, Selton Miguel of South Florida. Now the contact there was Selden. First personal foul on Miguel and third team foul for South Florida.
I like what the Rice Owls are doing right now against South Florida. You can't let South Florida get into any kind of rhythm, but they know what they're doing here.
Three ball no good by Mason. Had a good look at it, though.
He did.
I think Stroud got away with a push right there on that scramble for the ball. No whistle from the official.
Sending two at him defensively up top. Good stutter step delay shot there off glass.
That's first points of the game for Miguel. Selden strong to the hole, hanging up there. Fiedler gets a hand on it for the rebound. Fiedler left-handed finish. He thought about giving it up, Nate, but he kept it. And good left-hand move there. That's
nice. Nice little European step there, man, to get to the basket. And I tell you what, that was not bad. He thought about it, wanted to kick it out for the three, and said, nope, I can make the basket right here.
Youngblood draws the contact. Well defended there by, I believe, Mason, but a little bit of a bump there by Mason. Timeout on the floor, 7:29 to go. Travis Evee's been one of the go-to guys so far for the Rice Owls. Strong moves in, and hey, they're up by 10 right now. 7:29 to go first half in Houston.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips.
Brisket burgers.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that?
This is how AG1 works to help your nutrition work harder for you. Even when you try to get high-quality nutrition, getting it from diet alone isn't easy. But AG1 combines vitamins, probiotics, and whole food source nutrients in one optimized formula, obsessing over potency, absorbency, and nutrient density to help your body get the most out of everything we put in. Get the foundational nutrition you need at drinkag1.com.
You know you need protein to fuel results, but it's not easy when you're drinking the same bland, chalky shake every day. Stop punishing yourself and get to GNC for the best protein in the game. Look at this epic selection. All the hottest brands, enhanced formulas, and flavors that'll keep you coming back for more. Scoop after scoop after scoop. So bust out of your protein rut and actually look forward to those shakes with unbeatable protein at unbeatable prices. Fuel your fitness with protein at GNC.
Yeah. Another day, another run.
Every step you take today is an opportunity to carve out who you want to be. Stay in it. Hey, there's strength in numbers. Find your team, find your crew, run with them, baby.
Let's go.
Keep that pace, keep it consistent. Stay disciplined. There's a reason why you got on this fit to start this journey. But at any single time, I want you to remember something. Discipline over distraction.
22-12 lead for the Rice Owls over South Florida. 7:29 to go first half. Excellent defensive start, Nate Griffin, for Scott Parrish Rice Owls. They're really clamping down on these go-to guys for the Bulls.
They really are, and I love what I'm seeing in terms of three-point shooting. Right now, 2 of 9 for South Florida, and they are defending underneath. Rice Owls aren't giving away any free baskets underneath, especially down in the post area. Hang it up. If you're going down there, you're going to get punished. That's what we've seen so far.
First free throw up and good for Youngblood, and that's his first point of the game, and he came in averaging 14.5.
Rice Owls out-rebounding South Florida 15-11 so far in this game.
Second one good as well, so South Florida pulls to within 8. Approaching the 7-minute mark left here in the first half.
Russ Shelby's really smooth point guard. I really like the way he does things for Rice.
Rice shooting 47.6% so far in the first half.
That'll help you win some games, Randy.
Yeah, they're holding South Florida to 22%. There's another bucket. That one down for Anthony Selden. He's got 4 now for the Rice Owls. It's back up to a 10-point lead.
He's really playing his kind of game today, getting to the basket, trying to get those 5 to 7 foot jump shots off and the nice little layups. And that's key, I think, for him instead of taking three-pointers. Know what he needs to do down low.
Youngblood. That's off the mark. Scramble for the Blues ball. That'll be for the foul called. Yep, foul's going to go against the Rice Owls. Travis Evee back in. That foul, by the way, against Makai Mason, who's picked up 2 now so far in this first half.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. You don't want Makai Mason in foul trouble. You need him out on the floor.
Give him a breather on the bench now. 6.5 to go. 10-point lead for Rice.
Boy, that man zone defense Rice Owls playing. They're giving South Florida some blues right now. But
and they'll finish with the bucket. Stroud definitely pushed off on that and no whistle. Wow.
Not CJ either. We're talking about
yeah, not CJ.
No, definitely not. Even though he's going to be playing in a celebrity game. But I tell you what, these guys are really smooth. Youngblood just hadn't found his rhythm yet.
Yeah, Stroud tried to get position, shoved, and got away with it. Selden, he's got a hot hand off the bench for Rice.
Boy, I'm telling you, he's finding his game today, and that's what you want out of Selden. So far, he's got 6 points.
Youngblood way downtown, up and good. Chris Youngblood showing the range. He's got 5 now. He's starting to heat up in the last couple of minutes.
You got to try to keep him as cold as you can because once he does get hot, he's very tough to defend.
Free ball in the corner. A little too strong there from Selden. Scramble for the ball. Owls get it back. Contact, no whistle again. That was Stroud again. on Noah Shelby and no whistle.
I think they got him on the back end, which is a good thing there. That was the second foul. They didn't get the first one, but they got the second
that first
foul.
contact, how do you not see that?
Well, they made sure. They made sure. Like I said earlier, this is good, cool refs here. These guys work together on a regular basis. We've seen them here at Rice before and call it a pretty fair game.
That's number one on Stroud. Shelby with the free throw. (27-19) lead, just under 5 minutes to go here.
Look at
Rice is really doing a nice job down there near the goal. Every time they try to go baseline, they close it up quickly.
Some would call that a diamond defense. Some would say, man zone. But they're doing a nice job there.
Shelby in and out, no good. Well, Dawes right there for the rebound and put back.
Hey, that was a big man move by Keanu Dawes that time. And I'm telling you, he is loaded with talent. You covered him in high school. We both saw him in Stratford.
Yep.
This young man is pretty special. 6'9", he's got the body already. It's just a matter of time before he really starts to turn it on, I do believe.
Turnover for South Florida. And back to the Rice Owls now with 4:10 left and a 10-point lead.
They're playing well, Randy. They played well against Memphis and UTSA, but this is probably the best defense that I have seen them play this season. Although they played extremely well against Memphis and UTSA.
6 turnovers now for South Florida. Just so far in this first half, only 3 turnovers for Rice. Doing a nice job protecting things. Inside from Fiedler. Dawes off the glass. 2 more. And the foul. That's going to go against Brandon Stroud. And the Owls extending their lead, just under 4 to play here at Tudor Fieldhouse.
That was a man move right there by Keanu Dawes. He just looked down at the defender and went right over him.
The true freshman coming right in. 6 points for the Rice Owls. He gets this one. He's going to the free throw line. When we come back, Owls in control late first half.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips.
Brisket burgers.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that?
AG1 works by obsessing over potency, absorbency, and nutrient density to help your body get the most out of everything we put in. Get the foundational nutrition you need at drinkag1.com.
Yeah, you know you need protein to fuel results, but it's not easy when you're drinking the same bland, chalky shake every day. Stop punishing yourself and get to GNC for the best protein in the game. Look at this epic selection. All the hottest brands, enhanced formulas, and flavors that'll keep you coming back for more. Scoop after scoop after scoop. So bust out of your protein rut and actually look forward to those shakes with unbeatable protein at unbeatable prices. Fuel your fitness with protein at GNC. Yeah!
When you grab the disposable Ball aluminum cup, you experience a premium cup. You'll feel the cool of every cold drink. And since it's made of aluminum, it's infinitely recyclable. Raise your cup. Reach for Ball.
Another day, another run.
Every step you take today is an opportunity to carve out who you want to be. Stay in it. Hey, the strength in numbers. Find your team, find your crew, run with them, baby.
Let's go.
Keep that pace, keep it consistent. Stay disciplined. There's a reason why you got on this tread to start this journey. But at any single time, I want you to remember something. Discipline over distraction.
Yeah, there's the freshman Keanu Dawes for the Rice Owls, off to a nice start. Did not start today's game, but came off the bench, Nate, pretty quickly for Scott Para. And he is stepping up already with 6 and a chance to get to 7 here with his free throw attempt.
Yeah, that's the first time in 19 games they've actually changed the lineup. And Keanu Dawes did not start today, but so far in this game, Randy, 6 points, and he is 3 of 4 from the field. So, he's finding a pretty good real little rhythm out there.
Free throw good. 7 now for Dawes. And a 13-point lead, the biggest of the game for the Rice Owls. Inside, Bulls try to chip away at it. That's Selton Miguel. He comes in off the bench for this Bulls team, Nate, averaging over 14 a game.
I tell you what, that was a very athletic move. I don't know if you noticed, but that's a very athletic move to the basket.
Dawes, a little too strong. Bulls recover. Here comes South Florida. Miguel. One-on-one with Usanovic, and he'll draw the contact with 3:19 to go now, down 11.
Miguel's a very physical player, and, he's ready to go coast to coast. He gets the rebound, and he's going up against Usanovic right there. And Dawes is trying to get up there and block that shot, put it on the glass. And see this young fella, Miguel. He doesn't mind risking it at all.
Free throw up and good for Miguel. That's 5 now for Miguel.
He's their juice guy. He comes off the bench, as you say, averages about 14 points a game, gives them the juice they need, and gives it back to them. Tampa Bay, that's where South Florida is located. Beautiful country down there, Randy. I'm sure you know about that.
Back down to a 9-point lead for Rice, approaching the 3-minute mark. This is a critical stretch here defensively, and particularly for Rice here, Nate, to avoid a big run by USF to get back in it.
Yeah, South Florida wants to get in it now. They don't want to be down 9 or 10 going into the half, and Rice has to be very careful. Be sparing with the ball, especially from 3. Get down low, get everything you can on the post area.
Fiedler over Pryor. Had a look at it off the glass. Fiedler trying to hustle in, got a hand on it, and a little bit of a push. And that'll be a foul going against Max Fiedler, and that'll be his first. He's got 8 points in the game. And on the other end, the Bulls are in the bonus. Back to the free throw line. Trying to chip away at this 9-point deficit now.
That's one of those fouls you don't want, Randy. Inside of 3 minutes, right before the half, you'll look back and say, that's an unnecessary foul. You want to get that basket. Just try not to foul, trying to get it.
Sam Hines on the floor now for South Florida, wearing number 20. 2.5 approaching here, first half. Tudor Fieldhouse in Houston. Good fake there by Shelby. Here comes South Florida now, trying to finish. Hines kicks it back out, wide open 3. Well, they won't give it up there. And that's going to be a 3-point opportunity after that strong move from Miguel. He had a 3-point shot, decided not to take it and saw that clear lane.
That was a good decision by him. I mean, he decided, look, get to the basket. I got a runner at me, and I can see a lane. I'm going to take the shot. And again, this is a guy, as we said a minute ago, he does not mind risking his body, sacrifice his body to try and get that layup. 2 points down. Now he can make it a 3-point play here.
Miguel's starting to heat up. He's got 8 right now. Averaging 14.6 a game off the bench for the Bulls. Free throw no good. Fiedler with the rebound. 2:15 to go here. First half.
I also dodged some bullets in this game, Randy. Strictly because they played really, really good defense. South Florida hadn't been on their game.
Big 3 right there. Travis Evee, his second 3-pointer of the contest. Double figures now. He's at 10 points.
And Travis Evee has been hitting big 3s.
Yes, he has.
Okay, so that helps.
Quick release there on that end by Evee. Back to a 10-point lead for Rice. Offensive foul. Good positioning there by Evee. Miguel does not like that call.
No, he thought Evee's feet were continuing to move, and he wasn't stationary. But Miguel used that forearm like he was running through a offensive line. And there he is, and he just bodies him down.
That elbow went flying a little bit.
Yeah, elbow and all.
Second foul, so Miguel heading back to the bench. 10-point lead for Rice. Approaching the 90-second mark in this first half.
Got to keep that chicken wing in.
Evee, 3 more. Does he have it? Off the mark, loose ball. Rice recovers.
That's a good clock sucker right there, boy. That's what you want.
Timeout's going to be called right here by Scott Parra, pleading for that call right there. And we'll stay here with him with 1:18 to go here in the first half.
That was a huge rebound. The reason for that is because 1:18 remaining. What you don't want to do, especially in a 10-point game, you don't want to give South Florida any kind of momentum. You can actually get that lead down. You got about 4 or 5 possessions in there if you play it tight. And so you don't want to lose any kind of momentum going into the half.
Well, when you look at this first half, it couldn't have been scripted any better. Rice's defense has held South Florida to 33% shooting. They've won the rebound battle as well, 20-16. And turnovers, 7 for South Florida, only 3. Rice has really protected the ball well so far in this first half.
Now, this is also a South Florida team, and, when you look at what they do from the three-point line, South Florida shoots about 34% from the line. Right now, they are at 27.3.
Owls trying to finish strong here in this first half. Leading by 10 now. Fiedler kicked it out to Dawes. And Evee with an open look for 3. He's got it. He's feeling it. Third three-pointer. 13 now for Travis Evee.
Sometimes it's just good to have a guy who can hit the 3. Travis Evee for Rice is that guy.
13-point lead, the biggest of the game for Rice.
Oh,
swatted away there by Selden.
Selden just took it out of the air, Randy.
35 seconds left first half. 13-point lead for the Owls.
They've been so relentless defensively.
Evee. Thought that was going in too. All right, South Florida's going to hold it for one final shot here. Owls looking for one more defensive stand. They will talk it over here. Timeout called by Amir Abdul-Rahim, head coach of South Florida. So with 14.8 left, Nate, they'll try to draw something up here. Three-pointer will get it back to a 10-point game. But, man, what else can you say about this half by the Rice Owls?
I tell you what. They look so good right now. You kind of wonder, how come they hadn't played this way all year? I mean, against, obviously, I keep talking about these 2 games, Memphis and UTSA, but they had to have played the same kind of game. You have to play good defense. And right now, they are playing defense. Yesterday in practice, Scott Parra stressing defense. And so this is what we're seeing today, and it certainly has paid off. Everybody on the floor who has played for the Rice Owls today, especially Selden, they have done a nice job defensively. The big guys in the middle, they've swatted everything that's coming to the post area. Anything within a 5-foot range, they've done a nice job. 5-foot range of the basket.
All right, here we go. 14.8 left. Well, the clock didn't start apparently, so they're going to reset here.
Well, what you don't want to do, Randy, if you're Rice, you don't want to give up a 3. If you are South Florida, you want to try and make sure you got the set shot for the 3.
They took 2 seconds off, so now we're counting down. 7 seconds and counting for South Florida. Knocks inside. No good. Akuche the rebound. All right, Lauren, thank you very much. Exciting second half underway, Nate. How critical, let's say, the first 5 minutes of the second half?
Well, you know, it could get a little physical out here, Randy, especially if he wants him to play more physical basketball.
Now first possession leads to a turnover. Here comes South Florida. Stroud contact there with Akuche. And see if a foul was called. Yeah, it's going to call a foul on Akuche. That'll be his second.
Like seeing Akuche on the floor, though. Just got to be a little bit more careful, get those feet planted. And you see, definitely not. He turned his shoulder inside, and once he did that, he lost contain. Well, South Florida has to take advantage of this turnover. Rice turns the ball over with their first possession. They take advantage and get a bucket here this first possession. It'll be flip-flop from what we saw in the first half.
Three-pointer up and in. That's Kobe Knox. He's had a couple of threes so far. That's 6 points for Knox. And South Florida now within 10.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rice has to get off to a quick start here. There you go.
Well, Evee just picked up where he left off, didn't he?
With a quick bucket. You don't always need a three. You know, sometimes a two is just as good.
Inside, two more. And it's back to a 10-point lead for Rice.
Yeah, you can see South Florida wants to be a lot more aggressive. They've come out already and scored a quick 5 points. Rice just, they don't want to stop. Got to keep going where they were.
Evee follows his own miss off the glass, still no good. South Florida recovers. Good hustle there by Evee.
Yeah, he tried to lay it up from the right side. Missed opportunity there.
All right, another three goes down. Jaden Reed, that's his first points of the game. And quickly, nice start here to the second half for South Florida. They got it within 7 now.
Yeah, that you get it down within 7 now. I think that's probably one of the closest point totals since probably the start of the game.
Yeah, Mason will draw the foul there. They'd love to get Mason going here in the second half. The reigning American Player of the Week coming off the numbers he put up.
Good way to get him started.
Defense today on Mason so far.
Yeah, good way to get him started. Attack the basket. And you can draw a foul there. You want to try to get South Florida in foul trouble early in this game. Attack the basket. That works every time.
Free throw in and out by Mason. That's number 2 on Knox, by the way. Akuche checking out for Rice. And Keanu Dawes checking in for Rice Owls. Dawes had a nice first half as well. 7 points and a couple of blocks.
Got to make those free throws.
So 3 points in the first half for Mason. That's his first point of the second half.
You mentioned the first 5 minutes, Randy. It's got to happen. First 5 minutes if South Florida is going to do anything here.
Dawes snatches a rebound, goes up and gets that one. You just got to avoid, if you're Rice, you've got to avoid that massive, long, deep run to get back in it for South Florida. And so far, they've done that. Yusainovich off the mark. Fiedler, I think, over the shoulder is going to be whistled for the foul over the back there.
Boy,
that'll
Coach
be number
Perry.
2 on Fiedler.
Coach Perry is upset at Yusainovich taking that three. You don't need to take that three right there. You know, that's work the ball down low, try to run some time off the clock. It's early in the second half, and you want to try to get as much momentum as you can.
Job by Yusainovich on Youngblood in the corner. Three-pointer good from Kason Pryor. He's had a nice ball game so far. 9 in the first half. He has double figures at 12 now.
Rice trying to work the give and go right there with the big man Max Fiedler. Almost had it.
Let's take a look at that last play once again here.
It is right here.
Reed for a moment, he didn't like that call. He's still smiling, talking with the official there.
Yeah. Come on, 5'10", going up against 6'11". Yeah, it's a foul. Again, you have to hit those free throws.
Yeah, on the season, one area where Fiedler struggled, just shooting 58% from the free throw line. And he misses both of those. South Florida all of a sudden only down 5, Nate.
Yeah, the Rice Owls have gone to the free throw line twice. And they've only hit 1 of 4 in this half.
11-3 run to open the second half. 13-3 run now by South Florida. They've got it to within 3 now.
Yeah, I tell you, they're finding lanes now to the basket that they didn't find in the first half. So
reach in, no call there. Evee tries to finish. Primer with a rebound. Here comes South Florida on the run. They got numbers here. Reed tries to kick it out, but Jusinovic with the steal. Can Dawes finish? Draws the foul. Dawes will go to the free throw line.
Boy, that would have been a big momentum basket had Dawes been able to lay that in. But you had a defender right in front of him. He had to avoid the charge, the offensive charge, because that's what it was right there. That would have been an offensive charge had he continued with a little bit more momentum. But nice job of sidestepping the defender to avoid the offensive foul. And now he gets a chance to shoot 2 here. Free throws are so critical and are going to be critical in the second half of this game as South Florida has gotten a lot more physical.
Free throw up and in for Dawes. On the season, Dawes 67% free throw shooter. Dawes had 7 points in the first half. Really active defensively as well. Stroke there. 9 for Dawes. And it's back to a 5-point lead for Rice as we approach the 16-minute mark here in the second half.
So the Rice Owls were 2 of 4 in the first half from the free throw line. They're now 5 of 10 for the game.
Youngblood got an open look. He's starting to warm up a little bit too. Youngblood's already got 5 here in the second half, averaging 14.5. He's double figure point now with 10 points.
Oh, boy.
What was a 13-point lead down to 2 now. Youngblood, 3 more, and the Bulls are back on top 44-43. Wow. A 19-4 run to open the second half.
We
at Tudor
said
Fieldhouse.
You don't want to give them a 29-4 run, and what have they done? 19-4.
Time for a break. We're back in Houston. Rice down by 1.
Little Caesar slices and sticks with half bacon cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza is the world's greatest combination.
Carl? What are you doing here? You're picking up for a friend, right?
I'm sorry, PB&J. Here, try some for yourself.
How dare you?
Order online to try slices and sticks with bacon or jalapeno for $7.99.
Pizza, pizza.
AG1 works by making foundational nutrition easier. Combining vitamins, probiotics, and whole food source nutrients into one comprehensive formula. Start simplifying your nutrition today at drinkag1.com.
When I started college, so many people warned me about credit cards. They just seemed really scary. When I needed a car, I realized that I needed to build credit. So I got the Chime Credit Builder card because I could safely build credit without being afraid of fees or interest. And there was no credit check. My score went up over 60 points and I bought my first car. As a busy college student, having a car is an absolute must. I feel like I could do anything. My next goal, a 700 credit score. Join me at chime.com.
Hey man, ever since you tried Zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, I feel like you've been a big...
Head coach Amir Abdul-Rahim watching his Bulls come out on fire, Nate, in the second half, trailing by 13. You and I talked when the second half started. These first 5 or 6 minutes or so are going to be big. Sure enough, the Bulls are back in it with a 19-4 run.
Yeah, I brought up that 5 minutes that you talked about, from the very start of the second half. And right now, that's what they've done. These first 5 minutes have been great for South Florida. Rice has to turn it up. What they did in the first half will work. They just have to deploy it. They have to implement it right now and attack. Not so much the threes. The twos work too. Giving goals, they work.
Loose ball, Bulls pick it up. Youngblood to Pryor. Back to Youngblood. He'll try to finish off the glass, and he does. Chris Youngblood has come to play in this second half. He's got 10 points in the second half these first 5 minutes for South Florida.
NBA teams love that kind of stuff, man, and so does the college coach who's down. I'm telling you, the three ball is great when you are ahead and you've got a lead, unless you feel like you can shoot and hit that shot.
Selton Miguel picks up after 8 points in the first half. He's in double figures now with 10, and it's a 5-point lead for South Florida after trailing by 13 at halftime.
Rice can still get back in this thing, but they're going to need some easy buckets. Got to work hard to get them. Right now, South Florida's battling for everything. They're playing better defense. They look more like what Rice did in the first half, but that's a good bucket there by Fiedler.
Well, you saw, we were looking at that stat earlier, it's how many points inside they had gotten in that first half. They got to get back to that. They've not had that in the first 6 minutes now.
By 12. They had actually by 12. It was 20, I want to say, to 22-10 in the first half for Rice. But now you see what South Florida's doing.
Miguel, 2 more. He's got 12. Back to a 5-point lead for South Florida.
Don't need it. I know what you're thinking about, Travis Evee, but you don't need that right now. Get it back down to, the big guy who was doing it early in the game, Fiedler.
Evee inside, landed the Giants, and it goes down.
That works too. I mean, as long as you can get something 5 to 7 feet within the basket, that's good stuff.
No panic by Rice. Not the best of sequences in this second half, but they know what they accomplished in the first half. They got to get back to it. There's Miguel. Pryor hustles for that one. Knocked loose, out of bounds off Mason's hand. And it'll stay with the Bulls. Shot clock at 9 for South Florida.
Makai Mason had the right idea.
We'll take a break here. 13:05 to go. Second half. Big run by South Florida. They lead Rice by 3.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise?
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips!
Brisket burgers.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that?
This is how AG1 works to help your nutrition work harder for you. Even when you try to get high-quality nutrition, getting it from diet alone isn't easy. But AG1 combines vitamins, probiotics, and whole food source nutrients in one optimized formula, obsessing over potency, absorbency, and nutrient density to help your body get the most out of everything we put in. Get the foundational nutrition you need at drinkag1.com.
I avoided credit cards most of my life, but when I started to create a streaming platform for musicians like me, I knew it was important to build my credit to set my business up right. I heard about the Chime Credit Builder card and I signed up right away. I didn't have to worry about fees, interest, or credit checks. Within a month, my score went up. Now it's up over 100 points. I feel set up for success, and so is my business. I tell everybody about the Chime Credit Builder card. Here we go. Check it out at chime.com.
I want to make music to change the world. Bob.
Back in live at Tudor Fieldhouse in Houston, 13:05 to go, and South Florida back up by 3 after a massive start here in the second half. And Chris Youngblood, as we mentioned at the top of this broadcast, Nate, their go-to guy, and he has really heated up in the second half.
Well, he had 20 against, East the last week. He had 20. And so this week, he's having even a better week because he only had 5 in the first half. All of a sudden, so far, the guy has 15 points. So remember we said that you don't want to allow him an opportunity to get hot, and he came out, hit a couple of big threes, and it's been Chris Youngblood's show ever since.
No doubt about it, averaging 14 and a half, and they got to find a way to slow him down here. 13:05 to go, second half. Despite the big lead, Al's hanging in there, down only 3. Here's Miguel, strong move inside. Good position, rebound, Keanu Dawes.
That was a good timeout, and certainly you want to see what Rice can do on the boards. They out-rebounded South Florida in the first half. So now we're going to be looking at rebound numbers.
Pressure there on Fiedler. He'll get it out to Evee. Shot clock at 7. Evee lets it fly. No good. Fiedler with a rebound. Owls will reset. Well, Selden kind of forced that one. Out of bounds. I think it'll stay with Rice, though.
Rice doing all they can to keep South Florida from getting big-time momentum. They've had the ball on this end of the floor. 2 rebounds plus so far. That's a couple of possessions.
Evee. Long distance. How about that one right there from Travis Evee? 4 3-pointers today.
Yeah, ties the game at 50. And that's a huge 3. That's what you call a very timely 3 against a team that, was shooting the ball rather well. South Florida, you talked about that 5 minutes critical, and certainly we're just about past that point. We are past that point.
Youngblood again for 3. He's got 18 now. 3 3-pointers in the second half. 4 for the game for Youngblood.
They need some easy buckets here. But the pressure that South Florida is putting on.
Oh, great pass. Wow. What a pass from Fiedler. He could have held on to it. Said he saw the open Dawes. And that's how you draw it up right there.
Yeah, that 6'9" extension body dunk. It's kind of nice to watch. What looked like was about to be a blowout turns out to be a really good game. Rice finally finding their rhythm here in the second half.
Now Florida gives it back there. Got off the hands of Miguel. Timeout on the floor here at Tudor Fieldhouse. Been a lot of offense here in the second half. Travis Evee continues his hot hand. 20 points so far for Evee. On the flip side, Chris Youngblood keeping the Bulls in it. 18 right now. What a game. Big stretch ahead from Tudor Fieldhouse.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips!
Brisket barbecue.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that? Want big fitness energy without a big investment? Join Planet Fitness. Now through February 16th, save big during the Big Fitness Energy Sale and get energized with a membership that fits your budget. In the judgment-free zone, you can work out when it works for you with most clubs open 24 hours. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training, equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join today online, in club, or on the free PF app. Hurry, deal ends Friday, February 16th.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
Second half here, Tudor Fieldhouse in Houston. What a second half it has been as South Florida has erased a 13-point deficit. Rice hanging in there thinks it's a big shot from Travis Evee today. Evee's got 20 points so far, Nate.
Yeah, and he's 4 of 8 from the three-point line. He's shooting 50%, Randy. So, I mean, you know, anytime you shoot 50% from three, you're supposed to have 20. Leading scorer for the Rice Owls. They have 3 players in double figures. And looking over at South Florida, they also have 3 players in double figures, led by Chris Youngblood with 18. That's Travis Evee, though.
Absolutely. Rice trying to get back to what helped them build that 13-point lead in the first half. It's been a nice start here by South Florida to get in it, get back in it. Mason in the corner. Makai Mason, the reigning American Player of the Week with a big three-pointer.
Well, I tell you what, you have more than one guy shooting threes and knocking them down. That's going to be major. And they take the lead again, Randy, a 2-point lead, 55-53. Big bucket by Makai Mason right there.
His game has really developed, just a sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona. Knox gave that one up. Easy layup. Good pass there from Knox in the finish for Brandon Stroud.
Yeah, that was a little too easy right there. You abandon your defense down in the post, and it hurt you.
Mason, a little too strong. Rebound for Stroud. Here comes South Florida. Tied at 55. Good passing by South Florida. Three-pointer no good. Push off and rebound. Stroud with 2 more. He's got 6 now, 4 in the second half.
Saw that push off too. But I tell you what, some push offs are good. You know, they benefit the team, and certainly Stroud doing a nice job there getting that bucket off glass.
touch by the freshman Dawes. 6 points in the second half for Dawes, 13 in the contest.
That's a sophomore move right there. Just bodies down, bodies down, bodies down, off glass. The refs letting them play. You know, I like that. You know, that's a good game. Unless it's just a blatant foul.
Yeah, for the most part, there's been some fouls they have missed, but it's going both ways. You know, overall they're letting them play, and I think fans like that too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So much more good basketball fun when you see that. We'll call every tic-tac foul. No need for it. These guys are going to body each other. They'll be physical out there. Let them be physical. They want to be physical. Let them be physical. As long as it doesn't go overboard.
That's 4 fouls now on Brandon Stroud, so he's going to the bench. Chris Youngblood will check back in now for South Florida. Offensive foul, a little push off there from Mason.
Just a little.
That's going to be number 3 on Mason.
Yeah, just a little too much there. He leaned into him with the shoulder. That chicken wing kind of poked out a little bit there, Randy. Got to keep that wing in unless you're pulling it from the bone.
Good job there by Jose Placer defensively. We haven't talked a lot about the job head coach Amir Abdul-Rahim has done here in his first season, Nate. That shot no good. Coming over from Kennesaw State, and they have not missed a beat. A couple players came with him as well.
Well, you know, you look to get some momentum in your first season. Kind of like what D'Amico Ryans has done with the Houston Texans. But, you know, you want that same kind of momentum here on the basketball floor, and you're right. He really has found the momentum here at South Florida.
Miguel, no good. Hand off the hand there and right to the hands of the Rice house. Talk about Chris Youngblood and Amir Abdul-Rahim coming from Kennesaw State. Youngblood followed him here. I mean, he was able to transfer in, and he knows the system, and he has stepped right in and produced. He was an first-team all-conference while at Kennesaw State.
Good relationship with his head coach. I'll tell you, South Florida, that football team this year was 23. Oh, my goodness. They were a really good football team. And basically, they've got great programs down there in South Florida in Tampa. Beautiful place to play sports.
On the front of their jerseys, Youngblood spins and misses. Youngblood for 3 this time. Got it.
Squared that one up there, Randy.
Man.
Yeah, he squared.
21 now for Youngblood.
He got all of that.
5 3-pointers as well. Yeah. 4 of them here in the second half. 3-point lead for South Florida. Evee trying to kick it out to Dawes. Dawes was breaking when that ball was coming in, and out of bounds for the Owls. Turnover. Goes back to South Florida. Bulls up by 3 right now, riding Chris Youngblood. What a day he is having with 21 points and 5 3-pointers. It's a 3-point lead for the Bulls.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips.
Brisket burgers.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that?
This is how AG1 works to make healthy habits simple. Skip the mixing, matching, and juggling. And the nagging feeling there's a smarter way. AG1 works by making foundational nutrition easier, combining vitamins, probiotics, and whole food source nutrients into one comprehensive formula. One scoop, every morning. The science is complex. The routine is not. Start simplifying your nutrition today at drinkag1.com.
Try it again. Make it a little less psychedelic. Yeah, man. Feel good.
Bob Marley, One Love.
If you've been hurt by a truck, you can call Colombo Law 24/7 and we'll be there to make sure you're taken care of. When someone is hurt by a truck, Colombo Law is the law firm people call to get answers. Hurt by a truck? Call Colombo Law.
With instant alerts at apartments.com, you'll never miss out on finding your perfect place.
Being here for you guys has...
Oh, it's so spacious. My love for your together.
Apartments.com.
There come the Rice Owls. What a game this has turned out to be. If you're just tuning in, folks, Rice led by 13 points at halftime. Everything, Nate, was going right. 47% shooting. South Florida struggling. It all changed in that first 5 or 6 minutes of the second half. South Florida got back in it and has reclaimed the lead.
Yeah, Rice started the second half with a turnover. And after that, South Florida took over. They went on a run. And, of course, I want to say it was a 15-4 run, 15 or 19-4 run. That's what you can't do. Can't allow that to happen. And Rice trying to stay in the game now.
Three-point miss there in the corner for Kobe Knox. Travis Evee. And the Owls just under 6 minutes to play, down 3. Selden on Knox. A little short on that one. And Knox with a rebound. Nice crowd here at Tudor Fieldhouse today on this afternoon conference showdown between the Owls and the Bulls.
The 2 o'clock games do well. 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. They do well, and fans like to come out and watch basketball games here at Tudor Fieldhouse. Beautiful facility.
Bucket and one there. Good move to the hole by Jaden Reed. Take a look at it again here by Reed.
Yeah, Jaden Reed being guarded by Travis Evee that time, and Evee reached and drew the foul. And Reed's cat quick. Quicker than a hiccup, getting to the basket. Evee couldn't stop him.
2 fouls now on Travis Evee. He's in good shape. He's got 20 to lead Rice. And Chris Youngblood has 21 to lead South Florida. Been a quiet second half so far for Kason Pryor. Good job by the Owls on him. He and Fiedler have been battling it out all afternoon here. Evee nearly took an extra step but recovered.
And a man was trying to work on that pick and roll with Fiedler. Didn't quite work out.
Owls had to hurry on that one. Shot clock at 5 at that point. They draw the foul. The foul is going to be on Youngblood, and that is number 2 on Youngblood.
Selden trying to get to the basket here. A nice handoff by Evee. And
a little reach in there by Youngblood. All right, Anthony Selden at the free throw line now. Pretty steady most of the season, shooting 71%. His first point of the second half. He had 6 in the first half. And it's back to a 3-point lead now for South Florida. Makai Mason back in for the Owls. Selden will take a seat. Under 5 minutes to go. What a finish we've got here at Tudor Fieldhouse.
Owls don't need to try and go for the 3 to tie the game. But I tell you what, South Florida, if they're going to get out of here, you know, you're talking about playing smart. Every basket's going to count for them. And 2s work.
There's Reed for 3. Man, he's feeling it.
Unless, of course, you hit the 3.
Reed was quiet in the first half. And all of a sudden, he's got 8 here in the second half, including a couple of three-pointers.
Yeah, that big three was a rhythm three. Right off the wing. And, of course, Reed knocked that down. They did a nice job of getting the ball around. Nice job of passing to the open man.
Yeah, Reed, a freshman out of Westbury, New York, in this program for Amir Abdul-Rahim. There's Coach right there. And talk about let's keep that shot on him, guys, if we can. Coming over from Kennesaw State, 26-9 last year, made it to the NCAA, so obviously a hot commodity in South Florida. So this guy wins. He's had previous stops as an assistant at Georgia, Texas A&M, where they made a couple of Sweet 16 runs, in fact, also at Murray State. So very nice resume for Amir Abdul-Rahim, and he has really picked up quickly here at South Florida, Nate. 16-5 overall, 9-1 entering today in the conference.
Yeah, running his own program now, and South Florida is a place where you can win. You can just look at their record, and it tells you right there that they certainly can win. 16-5 coming into this game, and 8 straight wins. They've had some pretty impressive wins also. Beat Temple, and they knocked off Florida State.
Well, the turnaround he did at Kennesaw State was nothing short of miraculous. Had one win, I believe, the year before. Then they come back, 26-win season, NCAA, win conference. Great job by Amir Abdul-Rahim and his staff.
Those guys matured. Sometimes that's what it takes to be able to make a turnaround. Same guys transfer in. And
yeah, he's got some transfers in this program.
I'll say, you got a couple of guys transferred in.
Youngblood, number 3, and of course Brandon Stroud, number 5, both transferred in from Kennesaw State, so they're familiar with the program. Selton Miguel from Kansas State, so he's rebuilt quickly here at South Florida. 6-point lead for South Florida now. Owls need those shots to start falling.
Well, Makai Mason needed that one to fall. That was about a 10-foot bunny right there. You got to hit that shot.
Miguel turns in and out. That thing was about halfway down, wasn't it?
It was. Rice got lucky there. They didn't call basket interference.
Rice looking for a bucket. Nearly an extra step by Dawes there. Fiedler stays with it, knocked loose, trying to finish, and he does, and he draws the foul.
Wow, that was a much-needed bucket right there, Randy.
He did not give up on that. Had that open look, they swatted it away, stayed with it, and got the bucket, and he's going to the free throw line. 3:24 to go as you see Max Fiedler pick up the points. Fiedler now with 12. Al trying to chip away at it with 3:24 to go here in Houston.
$1 million Whopper contest. I can top that.
I can top that.
Hey! You can top that!
You bet!
Really? Avocado, bacon, hollandaise.
Hollandaise?
Pickles and sport peppers.
What? Corn chips!
Brisket burgers.
I can top that.
Bacon, egg, and cheese Whopper.
Pizza Whopper.
Creating your Whopper your way could win you $1 million. Can you top that?
AG1 works by obsessing over potency, absorbency, and nutrient density to help your body get the most out of everything we put in. Get the foundational nutrition you need at drinkag1.com.
When I started college, so many people warned me about credit cards. They just seemed really scary. When I needed a car, I realized that I needed to build credit. So I got the Chime Credit Builder card because I could safely build credit without being afraid of fees or interest. And there was no credit check. My score went up over 60 points and I bought my first car. As a busy college student, having a car is an absolute must. I feel like I could do anything. My next goal, a 700 credit score. Join me at chime.com.
The competition's never been better.
I would never let a woman do that.
The stars have never been brighter.
Hayden Clark, 3,000 career points.
Come on, Cameron Brink.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty.
Amor magic. Something brewing tonight.
There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's College Hoops on ESPN and ABC.
What a game here, second half. 3:24 to go. Tudor Fieldhouse. Randy McAvoy, Nate Griffin, Lauren Leal with you. And South Florida down by 13 at halftime, has made a big-time run here in the second half, but Rice is hanging in there, Nate.
Yeah, they really are. And that's thanks to the three-point shooting of Travis Evee. Also some really, really good defense by that Rice House defense. But right now, it's about Chris Youngblood. 21 points. You got Miguel with 12 points. Those guys are really aggressive attacking the basket, and that has really helped them. They came out hot that first 5 minutes, Randy.
Feeler completes the three-point play. Feeler now with 13. Owls within 3 as we approach the 3-minute mark. What a game here at Tudor Fieldhouse.
Well, just run for South Florida. It's been 10-0, so want to keep it going if you're South Florida.
Kusanovic defending Youngblood. No good. Youngblood's been red hot. A rare miss in the second half for Youngblood.
That was a huge miss. If Rice can convert on this end down here, either tie it or get 2, that's a big basket and a big stop.
There's Mason. Trying to tip it back in. Feeler got his hand on it. Keeps it alive. Owls will reset it. Kusanovic for 3. Got it!
Woo! That's a big one, Randy.
No better time for his first points of the game right there. They needed that from Kusanovic.
It's all about timing and momentum. With 2 minutes and 21 seconds left, they were down by 3. Kusanovic with the big 3 right there. That's huge.
Clutch shot right there for the senior. Owls looking for the defensive stop now. Miguel on Mason. Nothing there. Youngblood in the corner.
Oh.
Smooth. Chris Youngblood.
Oh, my goodness. Corner pocket.
5 3-pointers in the second half. He's got 6 of those overall, and he's got 24.
Yeah, right side corner pocket, boy. He knocked it down. That was a beautiful 8-ball he shot.
That shot no good. Pryor with the rebound. 90 seconds left here at Tudor Fieldhouse.
Every shot is critical. You got to care about that shot that you're putting up. Both teams right now. Kusanovic.
19 points, by the way, in the second half by Youngblood.
Man.
After a 5-point performance in the first half. 3-pointer no good. Rice needed that stop with 1:06 to play now.
Big question now, Randy. 1:06 to play. Do you need a 3 here if you're Rice, or do you just try to get within a point?
I say, man, if you get a 2, get it, and then rely on your defense. Make a stop.
There you go. I'm with you.
I don't think you have to force a 3. Now, if Evee's open, he's had a lot of success. Mason maybe, but don't force it.
Got to be quick.
Under a minute to play now. Key series for Rice. Evee off the mark. Feeler got a hand on it, but Cason Pryor gets the rebound.
He needs time to jump.
40 seconds left and counting.
What do they call? Timeout. Got to be a timeout here.
Timeout for South Florida. Amir Abdul-Rahim having a few words with the official. He wanted the timeout quicker, he says. They will talk it over now with 35 seconds left. It's a 3-point lead. Upcoming schedule now, Nate, for South Florida. After this one here this afternoon, they'll be back home on Wednesday to open a 2-game homestand with Tulsa and FAU.
That's going to be a good
back
game.
To Texas. Yeah, it will be.
FAU versus South Florida.
Absolutely. They'll come back to Texas for UT San Antonio. And then back home for SMU. No easy nights in this conference. There's some good teams out there.
Man, they don't have any gimmies. I mean, they have none. You got Tulsa, always good. You got a Florida Atlantic team, Final Four team last year. UTSA is going to be good. SMU, you saw what happened with them last week. Well, earlier this week against Rice, 31-point win for you, that team. So now here we go.
Seems like they would probably rather come to Rice and get UTSA knocked out on the road trip. And
you would think
the schedule makers did not do that. So
yeah.
All right, 35 seconds left. 3-point lead for South Florida. Critical stop here for Rice. Reed being covered by Evee. Mason on Miguel. And Fiedler on Pryor.
Got to have help.
Off balance. Scramble for the ball now. They're going to call a reach-in foul, I believe, on Fiedler.
That's tough.
Let's see if it's on Fiedler or not.
That's really tough because the shot clock was winding down right before Pryor let it go.
Yep. And that was an off-balance shot. They just couldn't get their hands on that rebound. So 3 on Fiedler now. 14.9 left. The Owls will immediately foul when this one is thrown in bounds. That's on Jusinovic. So Youngblood.
Had a foul to give.
Yeah, that foul to give there. That's number 3 on Jusinovic. 13.4 left. And another quick foul. Dawes on Brandon Stroud.
Yeah, that was kind of dangerous right there because
now they got to make free throws here.
I think Stroud was looking at the basket there, Randy. Got to be honest with you.
Stroud playing with 4 fouls right now. He's got 6 points in the contest. And these are going to be some big free throws for Stroud. He's the guy to foul, Nate, shooting only 48% from the free throw line.
Well, usually it's these moments where you find out what a player's made of.
Well, that one didn't look like a 48% free throw shooter on that release.
Not at all. That's what happens. You find out what a player's made of even if he's shooting 38, 48% from the free throw line.
This is the second one. Owls have to hurry now, down 4.
Oh!
And they turn it over. Immediate foul by Evee on Knox. And with 8 seconds left, Nate, that probably cost the Owls right there.
Yeah, Makai Mason tried to make that pass not looking, and, it's just unfortunate. Had the right idea. Get it to the right guy. Travis Evee was a step behind where the ball was going.
Knox at the free throw line. He's a 54% free throw shooter. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here as the Owls try to talk it over. After that turnover, they had a shot with a quick bucket, down 4. And foul, and then hope they miss a free throw again and get a shot at it, but that cost them.
Yeah, Scott Perry, they're trying to delay what seemingly to be the inevitable. But you never know. We've seen situations where teams were down 3 with just a couple seconds of play and they end up tying the thing and going to overtime. So difficult part here is that Rice is down 4. 8 seconds to play.
6 and counting.
Got to hope for a foul.
4-point lead, Evee. Well, that one's swatted away by Pryor. Another block as time expires.